9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to IFB.
Sorry, I'm looking over here.
Where are you looking? Are you focused? What's going on?
I'm focused on our YouTube settings.
Okay, so as long as everything is good to go, welcome everybody to the show. Right? This is IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm New York Pete. I'm here with my best friend and co-host, the Tipsy Toaster, and this is our little corner of the universe. It's our season 4 of our show, and we are live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and a couple of social media platforms.
We're twitching, we're tubing, we're Facebooking.
And we are. And so everybody, this show is set up because the Tipsy Toaster and I, Chris and I, are both really big sci-fi fans from the 70s and 80s. That's what we grew up on. And so that's our background. But we love the genre in general. So whether it be sci-fi, whether it be, I guess, fantasy, or, Chris, the thriller, a little bit of the horror genre, all of that kind of stuff that goes on.
Just generally
cartoons,
good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean,
stuff.
All of that. Yeah,
the good stuff.
The good stuff.
It's the good
so
stuff.
That's what
I'm going to talk like Pete now because I got the good stuff going.
Oh my God. So you're learning. It's taken me 4 years to get you here. But welcome to the show, everybody. We have a great guest coming on. We also have our very own Tiny Bean Tara. She'll be giving us a scoop on a lot of cool stuff that's happening. So, we go back into what we grew up with. Then we talk a little bit about what's going on. And every week we bring you a new guest. This week it's going to be a great one. However, before we toast, because we always recognize our fans, I just want to mention that we have Chuck is with us, Chuck Davenport. Thank you for joining. Lola, no confusion. Today is, of course, Magic Thursday, where IFB Interfleet Broadcasting is on live. Paulette and Peggy and another 18 of you are out there, including Thomas, Perry, Ermadine, Callie, and let's see who else. There's James and Paul and Whoop Washington and John One. All right, cool.
I so desperately need to get you that doggone thing from
Romper
Room.
And Eloise and who else?
I see
Melissa.
Lola, and I see Linda.
And I see Bert Oliver Fulmer. All right, Bert, I'm on your book, man. And I got to tell you that you told me that the AI audio is some kind of like a beta. It's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. I kind of like it. I was telling the Tipsy Toaster about it, and I'm kind of enjoying it. It's like somebody's reading it to you, and it's not bad at all. It's not. I mean, we're kind of used to when you're doing a lot. Well, what the hell are you doing? I'm talking about
glare is coming from
book, and so it's good. It's good. Obviously, it needs a little bit more, I guess, tweaking, but it'll. What are you doing, man? Oh my God. Put on the loose problem. There you go. Fixed it.
I was blinding people. It was scary.
Junkie, Isaac, Marva, Kevin, Cole, Bonnie, Jeffrey, Melissa, Dane, Marion, Joey, Linda Russell. Thank you for stopping in from the Richard Hatch Memorial, which we are a big fan and supporters and a part of. Al, Kim. Hey, Kim, what's up? Christina.
Al. Listen.
Christina Papa Cristo.
That's kind of cool.
Is with us. Brandy, Athena. Athena 5.
Athena's on? Oh.
Yes, Athena's on. Mike. Hey, our buddy Dave Francoeur. Will Cornell, John, Daryl, Lisa, Geez, glad to hear about the audio quality. Yeah, Bird, it is good, and I'm enjoying it. So I mean, maybe we'll talk about it
been
all
messing
when you
around with
come
that
back
AI
to the
stuff at
show.
work now. It's like just me and it's
Aries,
Cylon's gonna
Derek,
take over. Yes.
Brian, and Joe Dix are all on live with us. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting. We're going to have a great guest coming up, and it's pretty cool. We've been getting a lot of comic book publishers, and this one is
we never got comic book
yeah, but
comic book publishers. Let's try that again. Comic book publishers, we haven't had hardly any on until we started last week.
We have got a whole bunch, including Shane and our buddies that came on last week, and now this week we have a new set. So Gail and Caprice and JT Marie and Bill, thanks for tuning in. So before we get any further, Ravim, we are going to do our toast. We usually open up an adult beverage here with all of you and make sure that we recognize all of our supporters for tuning in. Chris, do you have something to drink tonight?
Yes, I do. And I would like to thank Mike DeBrun for this. He has
excellent.
He has been our sponsor for our beers for this evening.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mike.
Man. For once it's not sponsored by Chris's Wallet.
it's Mike the Brood. Mike, we go back a long ways. Thank you very much, Mike. I really appreciate it. Robert and Linda says, calm down, boys. We only checked in and breathe. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it, but it's a lot of fun. John Westbrook and Londell and Kendra, thanks for tuning in. I actually have a Stella Artois cider.
Artois?
Yes, it's done like this with the pinky.
Artois. Okay. Pete's got the... Hang on, we get the close-up of the pinky shot. Hang on.
Yeah,
gratuitous pinky shot. There we go. We have the gratuitous pinky shot. We're good. Tonight I am experiencing a something that describes us to a T.
Oh, boy.
We are doing... Black Sun Stout by Three Floyds. Notice it says it's not normal.
There we go. I was waiting for it.
It's not normal. It says in the back here, a blend, a broad blend. Let's try this again. Hi, my name's Chris. I just started my mouth today. A broad depth of rich roasted. Dang it. All right, let's try it again. Take 3. All right, a broad depth of rich roasted malts and a home of piney hops are showcased through this medium-bodied stout with a clean, dry finish. I love stouts. There we go. So tonight, thank you, Mike, for us not Seven Floyds.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Black Sun.
All right.
It's not normal.
Not normal. That's cool.
It's not normal.
Well,
and that describes us to a T.
Kendra,
at least it
John
describes me
Walker,
to a T.
Tara, Lubrick, Audrey, Mildred, Katie, Joey, Dave, Crippen, Shujon, Richard Simpson, and Tiffany. Thank you for joining us live on IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. Connie, thank you for dropping in. So when you're ready, let's open these up and toast everyone.
Okay, let me get ready.
Yeah, look, I got my. Check this out.
I love that.
McDonald.
Bam. He was called Big Mac, right?
Big Mac. That's right. Big Mac Collector Series. So let's do it.
Uno.
Ready? 1, 2,
3.
Okay. Jaslyn and Sandra, thanks for dropping in. And
now we just need virtual smell-o-vision. I'd blow that towards you. And
yeah,
you can smell.
It's aromatic.
Aromatic.
All right.
Ready?
Are you? Oh, yeah. Come on, let's do it. Ready? Go.
I got my Blue Squadron. Okay, let's not do this on my keyboard.
Blue Squadron,
please.
man. Is that the only glass that you're allowed to use on air?
That's the one I've unpacked.
Kimberly and Tobias is watching. Thank you for joining us. And we're about to toast all of you.
Dark is my soul again. Yes.
Oh boy, this is
Cylon oil, baby.
Cylon oil. This is part of
Hang
our
on.
routine,
Hang on.
everyone. Thanks
Let's
for
check-
joining in.
I gotta check
Go.
the.
What?
Gotta check
Yeah,
the.
yeah. You gotta check how.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so
no
dark.
light
The flashlight,
whatsoever.
no light.
That's
Oh
a
my
very
God.
bright
Hey,
light, by the
Ben,
way.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's some good
Okay.
stuff there.
All right. So we're getting ready to toast all of you.
It
All the
smells
fans.
amazing.
Looks like it smells like oil, like the oil that comes out of the car after it's 30, 40,000. Howard Isaacs, thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. We're ready to
lube
give
up the Cylon joints.
That's right. Well,
Ready?
as we love to say here on IFB Interfleet Broadcasting, Chris,
It is important that we recognize the fans because the fans fuel the fleet.
Fuel the fleet. That's right. So here's to all the
fans.
fans. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers to all of you. Lola is eating Cheerios. Cheryl and Hope Miller. Thanks.
Wow.
Mike DeBrun says Mayor McCheese chose the proper lawman. Hey, did you realize that McDonald's has they brought back the Hamburglar? He's in commercial. Yeah, he's back, dude. Yeah.
I know they had the Grimace thing go on for the longest time. It was the Grimace Challenge or whatever it was. And
well, yeah, the shake, but the Hamburglar's back. Brenda Crum, thank you for watching. Howard Isaacs, hey, back to you.
Hey, this is really good. It definitely it says piney hops. It definitely tastes piney.
Oh, piney, like trees? Like forest? Tastes like forest.
Like a pine tree, like a forest.
Okay.
Like pine tar. That's what this is. It's probably just pine tar.
Pine tar. All right. Well, guys, like I was
recommended.
telling you,
I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh boy. Well, let's see. In the meantime, Hamburglar was misunderstood by society. Was he? What is he? Patricia White, thank you for joining us. In the wings, we have our very own, the Tiny Bean, Tara herself. So if you would.
Tiny Bean Tara.
And
she's
hey, Tiny Bean. Welcome to the show.
Don't let her scare ya. It's Tiny Bean Tara.
All right.
And she's got some great television and movies to talk about. That doesn't rhyme, but we'll work it in there somehow.
We're going to, yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Amazing.
And actually, I can do it back to my voice again. Hey, wait.
It's Tiny Bean Tara.
Beam her up. She's here with us. That's right. Hey, Tiny Bean. Paul says hello.
You're kind of short in this one. I got to fix you.
Lola says hello. Linda Russell from the UK says hello. So you're getting a lot of hellos. There we go. Thank you very much there for fixing that up. Oh.
I have control.
Mind control. All right, stop that. Let Tiny Bean do her thing, man. Shirley, thanks for joining us. Luke Ellis, thank you for joining us live here at IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. Tiny Bean Tara is going to give us her television and movie review for this week. So there's a bunch of stuff. T. Sanzave, thank you for joining us. Welcome to IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. Ern Roberts, thank you for joining us. So, hey, George is in the house. Thanks, George. Tiny Bean.
Tiny Beans, it's all you.
You guys are ready. Excellent.
I think, we're always ready. But
amazing. Well, hello, IFB. It's so good to see everyone here. Welcome to Tiny Bean's Corner, where we discuss things new, old, and otherwise interesting for the fleet's entertainment pleasure. Lots of fun stuff tonight, so let's dive in. I have been saying for a while that we have a bunch of great movies hitting in May, and guess what? May is finally here. So, starting with tomorrow, the premiere of The Fall Guy.
I'm going.
You're going.
I gotta go. I love that show.
I can't wait. So, yeah, and again, obviously, based on our beloved Glenn Larson's TV show about Colt Seavers, stuntman and bounty hunter extraordinaire, this modern take stars Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, both stellar actors with no shortage of IFB-loved film credits to their names. And there is a new spin on the unforgettable theme song, The Unknown Stuntman, this time sung by Blake Shelton. I have
Ooh.
only been able to find it in a reel on the film's Instagram account. So if you're interested, go check it out. But it is so good. The advance reviews are in, and they are even better than I hoped they would be. It's being called an homage to old school filmmaking. Spectacular stunts, snappy dialogue, and a whole lot of fun. But I must emphasize, especially for you, Tipsy, because you're going to be there tomorrow, stay after the credits for the post-credit scene.
Ooh.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Ooh.
But don't miss it. Okay. I think Larson would really approve, guys. So.
Yeah. Oh, he put it up on his page.
No.
Eric put it up on Glenn Larson's page.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. Plus, if you go there, you'll actually see the premiere, and they had a couple of stunts, and then actually broke apart the Fall Guy logo, and there was an actual beat down on the red carpet. It was kind of cool.
Oh, amazing! Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be good, but you always worry, especially when it's something that's just we love so much, and I love this show so much, and that it's getting so much respect and kudos, and people are loving it. I'm so thrilled.
There's now a big call for a stunt person Academy Awards.
Yes, well, there should be. That would be amazing. So check that one out, guys. Tomorrow is the opening night. Now, next week, May 10th, we will finally get to see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Whoa.
They've now dropped multiple trailers. They all look good, and they're giving tons of layers to the plot that I can see. Advance press is also stunningly good. They're calling it the full circle back to the beginning Apes movie that we've all been waiting for. Now, here's the best news, guys. All of the original Apes movies are now, as of yesterday, available on Hulu. So, get your binge on, gang. You've got a week.
Wow.
Watch them all.
Well, what's the right order? Is this one the final, or is this one at the beginning or end? Did they do it like Star Wars when they started with episode 4 and...
Well, I mean, this is supposed to be, I think they said 200 years since the last movie. So it's 200 years into the future since Caesar was, basically in charge. And now Caesar's gone, and it's been 200 years.
Gotcha.
So now the apes are fully talking, and they are fully running everything, and the humans are being hunted. So it really is that full circle back to the original Charlton Heston. So there you go. So that's where we're at. So I can't wait. I'm so excited for this one. And now that one will open in wide release in theaters next Friday, May 10th. So you've got 2 weeks in a row of really cool openings. And just when you thought May didn't have anything else to offer, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga will hit theaters on the 24th. George Miller is back at it with the 5th installment in the Mad Max world, the backstory of a young Furiosa, starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. Expect the same level of incredible world building here. Check out the latest trailer too. Looks fantastic. The U.S. test screening last month had, quote, overwhelmingly positive reviews. And there's talk of George Miller planning this as only one in a series of future prequels and films set in the Mad Max world. So here's another one. Wow. I can't wait. This is hitting theaters May 24th. Now, going a little bit ahead in time, this one is a surprise. This one was not on my radar, but M. Night Shyamalan has quietly dropped the trailer for a new film called Trapped. Starring Josh Hartnett, we see a young dad and his young teen daughter hitting an arena for a huge megastar Taylor Swift-like concert when he notices a rather large police presence. Turns out he hears that law enforcement has set a trap at the concert to catch a serial killer. And that's where it all turns on its head. You must watch this trailer, guys. Really, watch it when you can. It has that feel of like old school Hitchcock, and it's just a small number of directors, I think, who can instantly make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, and M. Night is one of them. So this one is going to hit theaters in early August. If thrills are your game, you're going to want to see this. So next up, in reviews, I thought it was time for something light and fun. I just finished up Fallout, Shogun, lots of big, epic, dark stuff. Tried starting Baby Reindeer on Netflix and was like, ooh, this is a little too much for me.
Baby what?
Baby Reindeer. We'll talk about it later. Anyway.
Is it when Sweet Tooth gets shot by a hunter?
No.
No? Oh, darn.
That would be
stop.
more like lighthearted than the actual Baby Reindeer, but that's a story for another day. So yeah, couldn't do it. And I said, you know what? Check this out. And I am so glad I did. Check out Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix. It is exactly what you need right now. Trust me. Imagine, and this is going to sound crazy, but we like crazy here. Imagine blending the X-Files with the Hardy Boys and Doctor Who, crossed with Harry Potter and Twin Peaks, sprinkled with a little Douglas Adams touches, and set in the world of The Sandman by Neil Gaiman. And there you have it.
Whoa.
That's Dead Boy Detectives. Right?
Wow.
It's unbelievable. It is based originally on the DC comics of the same name. We meet Edwin, who is a bookish bow-tie-wearing young fellow from the World War I era, and Charles, a punkish British kid from the 80s. He's even got the band buttons on his lapel to prove it. Well, their job is to solve supernatural mysteries, and by doing so, help both the living and the dead, while also trying to stay hidden from death herself, looking to take them to the other side where they should be. The show starts with a bang, literally hitting the ground running, and it just keeps going from there. In their first case, they try to exorcise an evil demon from a living girl named Crystal, and she has psychic abilities and she can actually see them. So she winds up becoming the third in their little detective agency.
Ooh.
The thrills abound, guys. There is so much happening. It is quite a ride. And by the time a foul-mouthed, wisecracking cat with a Queen's accent arrives, I was literally laughing out loud.
Oh my.
So you must check this one out. It is easily bingeable, and not unlike the X-Files, it's episodic. New cases all the time, but with, of course, longer season arcs. These characters are outlandish and fun. There's a goth butcher is their landlord. There's this trashy diva is the neighborhood witch and bad guy. There's a shape-shifting king of the cats who tries to seduce Edwin, or is he trying to kill him? Just like a cat. And you don't have to have been a fan of The Sandman or have seen any of The Sandman to get all of this. It is a completely standalone series. It just happens to be set in the same universe as Sandman. So check this one out. It is pure fantasy fun, hits all the right notes, and if you need a break from so serious, this is it. Check it out on Netflix, guys. And that is all for the corner tonight. Back to you, Pete.
Wow. That is so cool. Tiny Bean, you're going to be surprised. Of course, Karen is watching. Thank you for tuning in for Tiny Bean's Corner of the Universe. Murray, Frenzel, and Susan, Sharon, Shanita, and Brandy, Tom, Constance, Ed Simon. Let me see. There's a couple other. Christopher Eason, Grayson, Gail, Kim Harms, Mark Johnson, Baz from Down Under says, good day, Tara Scully, and Scott Good, Ken Lawson, and of course our own John One, Donna Levin, and let's see who else. Mr. Taylorman, thank you for joining us. Mr. Taylorman was our guest here a couple of weeks ago. Scott Good, and Baz saying good day to all. Cody Jones, Maria. And Linda's going to sleep. Linda, thanks for dropping in. Really appreciate it. Linda's going to watch us the full show later on. Elnora, Michael Steiner. Hey, Mike. Thanks for watching. Altantuya is with us. Thank you for joining in. Pazzy, Sharon, wow, Abe, um, Jot, and Williams Vaughn. Thank you, everybody, for joining us live here on Interfleet Broadcasting. I hope you got to catch Tiny Bean's television and movie review. And if you didn't, then please go back and watch it later on. So, Tiny Bean, there's a bunch of things that you touched upon. And I am going to jump in on some of the shows. But one of the ones that you talked about earlier on, when you first came on to do your review, was one of the other. I first of all, you know what? How about this Fallout? Well, Fall Guy I want to mention, yes. So they're both two things, Fallout and Fall Guy. But Fall Guy, I want to let you know that Eric Larson reached out to me, and he had mentioned that the Larson estate was invited to go out and do the red carpet premiere in Hollywood. And so I asked him to, if he could go out of his way, make sure he takes pictures, and we're going to bring him on so that we can then, discuss a little bit of what it's like to, see some of these shows that his father put together be brought back to life. Not to mention, Eric was in the original series.
That's
he
right.
played a small part there. Yeah. So he's going to come on the show at some point, and he's going to tell us what it was like to see the premiere and be involved. And so if you haven't seen the pictures on his website, please stop in. But otherwise, yeah, he's going to come back and visit us and tell us all about that.
That's
great. Which is really, really cool. It was nice that he actually reached out and exchanged. We had a small exchange. But Fallout, I caught up and watched the whole thing. Tipsy, did you get to see it?
Yeah.
I'm only into the part where they first introduced the ghoul. I haven't gotten past that yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have to, because it's really, really good. You'll see how he becomes a real central character, but it's divulged little by little to how who he is, and the role he plays is not trivial. It's really, really cool. I think I don't know. I liked it a lot. Tiny Bean, I think you were excited when it first came out. I finally saw it. Really, really good stuff. So let's see. Patsy and Faye, Jod Holly, first time. Just stumbled across here, but I'm going to go back and watch The Critic. Please do, Jod. Thank you for stopping in. But we have a guest coming on, Brian Russo, who is the creator and he's the publisher of Revenant Studio, a comic book publishing company that he set up for his new line. He has a deep connection to Hollywood. He's a screenwriter in the WGA, the Writers Guild of America. He is our guest tonight, so he'll be coming on in a little while. But so stay tuned for that. And then Chris and I will be discussing a little bit more of sci-fi then and now. But Michael Bradford, thank you for joining us. Sharon, thanks for staying on. Tiny Bean, you're a big Aliens fan, and so April 26th was designated as Aliens Day, and it fell.
Game over, man. Game over.
No, dude. Let me tell you, it kind of. So we broadcast our live shows on Thursday, like today. So it kind of fell in between, but
that we missed V-Day too.
We did miss V-Day, so we're gonna have to make sure that we make up for that. But tonight, to kind of like a belated celebration, guys, of Aliens Day, Rob Baum, our unofficial fact checker, part of our team here at IFB Interfleet Broadcasting, has put together a few trivia questions. So let's test everybody, all you guys, Raj and Lori, all you guys that are watching with us. Let's test your trivia knowledge when it comes to the Aliens franchise. We have some really, really good questions, including you, Tiny Bean, because you're a big fan. So James D. Kahn, thanks for joining us. We're going to do a little bit of trivia now. So I'm going to open up a window here on my computer, And again, thank you, Rob Baum, for doing this. He asked if we
Rob
would
is
do it,
awesome.
and I said, of course. He took the lead on this, and I just want to again thank you, Rob, for giving us these questions. So we're going to start easy. And then we'll get progressively harder. So, question
True.
number 1.
True.
No, it's not. Not a true or false. It's an aliens question. What's the matter
Hello.
with you? All
True.
right. Yeah. Yes. Hello.
All right, C.
No.
C.
Ready. No. Ready. What was the name of the cat in Alien?
Jonesy.
Ah!
I'm sorry, I blurred that out immediately. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. That's weak.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. I'll keep my
Okay.
mouth up.
Okay. So, we have another simple, easy one just to get us in. Yes, Baz. Very good. And of course, Mike DeBrune said Jar Jar, but no, that's incorrect. So
Damn right. It should have been. Jar Jar
okay.
Binks rules.
What was the name of the primary vessel in Alien?
I know.
Okay,
It
forget about you.
It starts with an
Tipsy
N.
All right. So wait a second. Isn't every day Alien and Contraband Day? Well, I don't know,
Baz
man.
got
Depends
it.
on whatever universe you're in. Baz got it. Baz jumped in, and yes, it is Nostromo. Very good. Okay, so again, we are playing catch up with the fact that April 26th was Alien Day or Aliens Day, right? Based on the franchise Alien, and it's one of Tiny Bean's favorite movies. So, Karen, Nostromo, correct. So, what was the maximum capacity of crew for the escape pod? Oh, Tipsy is in a trance. Tipsy is rewatching the movie in his mind and has an answer. It is probably wrong, but that's beside the point. Come on, you guys. Let's go. What do you think? Damn, Baz, quick on the draw from way down under. That's right. Oh, Paul Rotter says 7. Commander Kane, you're in with 7. George Giacomis got 2. Mike DeBrune, crew 2. Baz went with 7. Jot says 2, question mark. Lola says 1. I know, Lola, the obvious would have been 1. I would have said 1, 2 off the top of my head. Oh, boy. Tiny Bean, do you know the answer?
I think it's 4.
Oh, man.
But
okay.
I could be totally wrong.
Well, all right, you guys. We have a whole bunch of answers.
Because it's like
42. There you go, Kim.
Yeah, Kim says 42.
That's always the answer.
42.
Yeah, no,
This
it's
is
not.
the answer to everything, Kim.
Is it? We say that number comfortably, or
okay, stop.
Is that like a double bed or the queen size bed?
Mike DeBrune said sleep beds were 3, and the answer is 3. Done.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Yes.
Mike Irwin, thank you for joining us live. Curious Sleep Chambers 3. That's right.
Does that include
All
pets?
Right. Cryo. I don't know.
Puts Jonesy in with her, so
yeah.
Does that
that's
include
right.
pets?
All right, Tipsy.
Is that a support
right.
cat? I got to know if it's do they allow support animals?
Okay, hey,
that's a support
let's go with
cat,
another
so
one.
They shouldn't count.
What was the name of the ship's computer? Oh. Come on, you guys. All you guys that are watching, let's go. Come on. Let's put them up.
Put 'em up.
Chris, are you actually monitoring our comments over on YouTube just to make sure?
I'm monitoring them everywhere. Ready? Here. They're all right there.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Hal, no. Father, no. Baz. Merlin, no. Oh, Lola, that's a typo, but Lola beat Baz. It's mother. Yes.
They're missing another word after that, by the way.
Hey, Jonan, thank you for joining us, man. Very cool. All right. So,
Alexa, I like that one.
Sharon, thank you for joining us live. All right, let's go with the next one. What was the name of the artist who designed the title creature? That's Yeah, come on. I think I would have gotten that one easy. I would have gotten that one.
Really?
But that's a good one. Come on, you guys. Let's do this. We
Now,
have
when you say designed it, does it mean concept art
drew
or
it. Yeah, the concept art.
The
Yeah.
concept art, yeah. Mhm.
Up. I see answers coming up. No, not Macquarie, Mike. Mike the Bruin put up Macquarie.
That would have been my guess.
No, not Macquarie. Tiny Bean. It begins with a what letter?
G.
Oh. Okay, guys, come on. It's H
Van Gogh.
R. No, that's a V. Tipsy Toaster. That's a V.
There's a G in it.
Okay, Tiny Bean, please do the honors.
HR guy, or if I say it right, I never say it right. But yeah, I think
It looks
Baz
like
got it.
Laskowski got it, and Baz got it, and
Baz is complaining and said it a second after the question. Yes, you did. Tim Turner's Ghost is watching. All right, Tim, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Yeah, John 1 jumped in there as well. Let's go with another one. What was the name? Oh my God, this is okay. Now this is next level up, guys. What was the name of the escape craft? Oof. All right, Baz, let her rip, man. Come on, let's go. This is bragging rights now.
Escape Pod 1.
Escape Pod 1.
Hal. That was the name. Hal.
42.
No, it's not. Let's go.
Hal.
Come on.
It was Hal.
Let's go. Come on, guys. This is bragging rights. If you can get this, if you get the
right,
name
Paul's got
Millennium Falcon.
Paul's got it. Yay, good job, Paul.
No.
It wasn't Titanic,
come
was
on.
it?
Not Titanic either. Come on, you guys. Oh, Baz is throwing in the towel.
That's right. He's right. It was the Dano.
The no. Who do you think you are, Sean Connery on SNL?
I don't know. Hey.
Oh, Lola got it. Lola.
Yes! Way to go, Lola!
George put in
Awesome.
Carl L. Okay. May the fourth be with you. Okay, Paul. Everybody's just unhinged now. Yes, it's the narcissist.
Spaceball 1.
Yes. So,
Spaceball.
okay. I got a couple more. Let's do a couple more. What was the name of the vessel in Aliens? That's
Aliens. With a Z.
Aliens.
With a Z.
With an S.
With a Z.
I don't know the details as well on Aliens. I love it, but
Aliens.
Game
yeah,
over,
Aliens was one of my favorites. One of my top.
So good.
Bobby
So
Perry,
good.
thank you for watching. We're going through some trivia for Aliens since we missed April 26th is Aliens Day or Alien Day, and so we're doing a little bit of trivia. Compliments.
Next week we got to do V then, because we're
Then we'll
missing
do V, but we're doing trivia based on the Alien franchise. So we missed April 26th. We don't broadcast that day, so we're broadcasting today. And so we're doing a little trivia before we bring in our guest.
There you go.
Who had up
Baz.
Baz, you got the Sulaco. You got it. That's it. That's correct.
Yeah.
And
Baz for the win.
Baz for the win. Okay. This is a great one. I think we're gonna wrap this up here with this one. What tipped Ripley off to the presence of an artificial person? Oh, come on.
The one bouncing eye.
No, wrong show. That's Battlestar Galactica.
Oh,
that's one
the
of your
wrong one?
favorite shows.
Damn.
Yeah, no, we're talking about Aliens.
Oh. Well, that was Aliens. Yeah.
Well, no, they weren't
It
called
was the
Aliens.
one bouncing. It was the chrome armor then.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Oh my God, the other one. He came up with another.
I remember. It just like ran the scene over in my head, and I'm like, oh,
Tipsy. That's impressive.
No.
Oh, Baz and Mike the Bruin. Oh wow, yes. Yep.
Well
The
done,
answer
guys.
is the white blood that came from his finger after doing the knife trick. Yeah. So thank you for the trivia, Rob Baum.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Had a little bit of fun. Baz, of course, for the win. You get bragging rights, Baz. Thank you very much. Our good friend Baz Builds is actually working on the trailer for his Mark II Viper full scale, 1-to-1 scale.
That's an actual trailer and not like a movie trailer.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's the actual.
Right, yeah.
Yes,
Like a
let's
real
not get those
trailer.
confused right now. We
and
got
so
way too much
he's
movie
building
stuff
that.
going on.
That's right, mic drop, Paul. That's right, Commander Kane. So tune in to Baz Builds on social media, and you'll be able to see him building away now.
And don't forget to go buy a knife or two to sponsor his.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
He makes some amazing knives. I wish I could afford
work.
the shipping.
Yeah, but either way. So that was cool. I think we did a little bit of justice, Tiny Bean, to the fact that, Alien Day was April 26th, and we kind of, we don't broadcast on that April, I think it was Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But I think, we made up for it. Stephanie, thank you for joining us, Interfleet Broadcasting. We just finished up a little trivia on Aliens to honor the April 26th that we missed. But and Tiny Bean's a big Aliens fan too.
Oh yeah. Can't
Awesome.
wait. New one's coming out in a couple months, guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, Tiny Bean, thank you as usual. But before you go, I commented that we have a major announcement. So let's do that right now, since you will be in place when this happens. Tipsy, are you ready to unveil our guest and the date? Since you took the lead on this one, I mean, I know that you have a lot of stuff going on, but okay.
I don't have the graphic for it yet, but
okay. So we're gonna tease this out anyway, guys. I want everybody to know that we have a major character, a major actor, someone very beloved to the world of classic Battlestar Galactica, will be with us in May on our show. And this is related to a book that's written by her son. So she'll be joined by her daughter as well. And it's really, really fascinating. It's something that affects a lot of families and individuals. So we will be concentrating on the release of this book, which is a very personal thing to share, with the world, just to make it a better place. And I know Tipsy Toaster worked hard on this, and we'll have a follow-up interview to speak and talk all about Battlestar Galactica afterwards. But on May, Chris?
Hang on.
25th.
It's going to be a special
25th.
show. May 25th, guys.
3 o'clock
Yep.
Eastern.
Yes, we will go live with none other than Lorette Spang, who was Cassiopeia on classic Battlestar Galactica. We will be joined by her son and her daughter, and we will be discussing their book. Tara, you ordered it, and so yeah, you'll be going over it. Chris has a copy already. He's been reading it. So he's going to bring us the book so that everybody can see, and it's just going to be great. We are very, very happy that Lorette Spang McCoy is going to be with us here on IFB Interfleet Broadcasting.
Why do they make these command chairs so high?
Yeah. So that's because you don't have a human body. You have a Cylon body. There it is. The Cliffs of Schizophrenia, Jake and Lorette McCook, mother and son perspective. And so Lorette, her son, and her daughter will be on IFB Interfleet Broadcasting on May 25th, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a special show. Tiny Bean, you'll be filling in for me. Thank you in advance for that. And it's going to be very interesting to talk all about what the schizophrenia means and how it's affected people. And it just so happens that it's someone that we have and hold in high regard, because Lorette, of course, was Cassiopeia in Battlestar Galactica. So she's going to be sharing all of that with us here on IFB. So I am looking forward to having all of them on our show. So that was the scoop, guys. That was part of what I wanted to share.
Dream come true, guys. This is amazing.
She was on not too long ago with Jack talking about Jack Stauffer, which, Jack, if you're out there, we're going to reach out to you too, trying to find how you're doing.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, she was really instrumental in getting the word out on Jack. That was really, really special.
Oh, yeah. So she came on previously, but so that'll be on the May 25th, and we're going to be posting on that as well. And then after that, she will be back. Also, guys, I want you to look out for IFB exclusive. Mr. Chris Fian will be doing the half-hour exclusive show with me, and we will be diving deep cut into his Battlestar Galactica past. So for those of you that are aware, Mr. Chris Fian, who is currently the commander of the Empire City Garrison of the 501 Legion with Star Wars, once upon a time was a fan leader in the classic Battlestar Galactica fandom. Yep. And he was very instrumental for many years. Was the go-to guy.
One of the original presidents of the Battlestar Galactica fan club. Yep.
Yeah, he was one of the go-to guys, subject matter expert, collector, and he ran a website and the fan club. So we're going to do a deep dive. We're going to pull up some pictures and look at some old stuff. I had the privilege of meeting him at Icon Convention in Long Island, New York. Charlene Donatello, who is a friend and supporter here of IFB, she was a part of Chris Fian's BSG world. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. So those are basically the two big scoops. So Battlestar Galactica will be a part of upcoming shows in a very significant way. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning into our little segment. Joe Beth, thank you for dropping in. We are going to continue with our special guest tonight, Brian Russo. And his publishing company, he has a Revenant Studios, and he has a campaign on for the Grind Wars, right? Grid Wars. I'm sorry, the Grid Wars. Yeah, Grid Wars. And
he left. No, just kidding.
Nope. Yeah, that's okay. He'll yell at me.
Way to go!
Minute, but that's okay.
Way to go, Pete. Yeah, just scare him off right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Pete can't read. That's the problem. New glasses, buddy.
No kidding.
Grid Wars,
I do. But let me just tell you real quick, Tiny Bean. Brian Russo is based on his creator little bio, is a genre-obsessed writer who has had his work realized in film, Warner Brothers' supernatural thriller The Reaping, starring Hilary Swank, and television, Antoine Fuqua's crime drama Ice. Brian is a proud member of the Writers Guild of America. Brian is proud to release The Grid Wars as his company Revenant Studios' first graphic novel. So so that's our special guest. He should be waiting.
You forgot to mention Tales from the Toilet.
Okay, I don't know what the heck that is, but okay. I think
you'll have to check that one out on YouTube, buddy.
Okay, well, then we shall. Very cool. So that's what's going on, Tiny Bean. Thank you for doing what you do here on IFB and your segment, and we appreciate that. So here's to you, Big Mac, right? This is, him giving you his thumbs up. So
that a thumb or his middle finger?
No, come on. What is it? How many did you drink, man?
It's not that bad. It's only 6%.
All right. Well,
6.5%.
Mighty Bean. Thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Cylon Empire salutes you.
Yes.
Thank
Alonzo
you so much,
guys.
guys.
Thanks for
I'll be
dropping in.
watching. Have fun.
Very
I'll be
cool.
watching. Ryan.
Don't worry, the
It's gonna
Silent
be
Empire will be
great.
watching too.
As always.
As always. Also known as AI.
Thank you.
Everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.
All right, you take care. Thank you very much. All right, so let's take let's.
You already did the introduction. That was pretty quick. It was hang on. Where'd he go? There he is. He's there. I just gotta find him on my end. There we go.
All right. Well,
stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, good. There he is. Brian Russo,
hey,
thank
guys.
you for joining us here on IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. We want to talk all about your work, your vision for Revenant Studio, according to what you have up, is basically it's an independent comic book publishing company, and you have, I guess it's your first work that we're going to be pushing tonight. And I saw some of the artwork, and it looks great. So, tell us what drove you from being a an accomplished screenwriter to now moving into comic books and graphic novels. How does that play? Tell us all about it.
Well, first, guys, I want to thank you for having me on here. This is super exciting. If I had known there was going to be beer, I would have come prepared. But
next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Yeah, and yeah, this is awesome. So, I think right now the world of entertainment is changing so much, and writers in general have really needed to kind of take the bull, by the horns themselves and become owners versus, rent for hire or, however you want to put it. And part of it is really kind of, figuring out what you want to do and how do you want to tell it. And when I originally thought about the Grid Wars some time back, I was thinking about doing it as a graphic novel. As a novel.
Okay.
And then I realized I'm just not that talented. So that was the end of that one. But for a graphic novel, I started to, because I'm a comic book fan and graphic novel fan, and just being a writer. Like I would go into companies themselves, and I'd be handed stuff to try to adapt. So it's sort of a familiar language for me, but I never told one. So I don't think this for me could have happened without technology where we are right now. I went out and I started looking for artists who I thought would be a match for the tone of what I wanted to tell. And I found one online whose name is Brow. And he is, in my opinion, like just a full-blown genius. He's Brazilian. He's from South São Paulo. And so I literally just reached out to him. And I said, I'm a huge fan of your work. I have this idea that I want to talk to you about. Can we get together and maybe, just do some sketches and see what that looks like? And he said, at first I think he was a little bit like, who the hell is this guy? And at first he was very much hired and was doing a lot of commission work for other people. So he's like, I can't really do this for a few months, but I love the concept. Let me know if you're going to hire somebody. And frankly, there was no one else I wanted to hire. I looked at other work, and he has just sort of, it's kind of a punk rock, but it's also it's a very beautiful, he draws form really, really well. He does a lot of sexually charged stuff. The Grid Wars is not sexually charged, but he also is a big fan of steampunk and kind of movies like The Hunger Games and things like that. And so I just knew it was the right sensibility to lend to this. And, it's been, in my opinion, one of the greatest creative exercises / ventures that I've ever done, and I'm just so happy that I reached out to him that day.
Well, Brian, I know that personally, I've joined your Kickstarter, and
Thanks.
you've met. I think you've actually gone over your actual. So you've gone over the initial 10,000, right? So you
Yeah,
are now
yeah.
over it, which is great, and you're hoping to
Thank
get
you.
even further. Hopefully
Yes.
our fans will get out there and support your vision and your dream here. So
Thank you.
I know
Thank you.
I'm impressed. I really like this personally. So
Thank you.
I've joined up. I'm looking forward to getting some of this artwork and the actual story itself. This looks
Yeah.
super cool. So guys, if
Yeah.
you get a chance, we're going to put up the link. So if you go over to the Kickstarter, there is no question about whether or not this is going to be completed or not. It's your pledge is going towards something that has successfully met its initial run, and it's already exceeded it. So we are, all of us that are on board will get whatever the perk is that you select. So I mean,
Thank you.
I am very impressed with this. But
Thank
where do
you.
you go from here? I mean, the stretch goals are definitely a part of that, but is
Yeah.
there a bigger picture to this?
Yes.
Where do you go now with this? Because you've successfully done this now. What's the next challenge?
Yeah. So first, thank you. Something to mention that, one of the kind of the ethos of Revenant Studios, it's not a mandate, but it's something that we try to do. We do try to, when appropriate, marry themes in the book and that could have a nonprofit element to it. So the stories are the stories first and foremost. You cannot create with the idea that this is going to be some form of a nonprofit, but when there is a theme that we think can be explored, we'll do it. And so with this one, we started out on the Kickstarter journey. When we hit our goal, or when we meet our goal, we were going to donate $1,000 to Homeboy Industries, which is a nonprofit here in Los Angeles, which has completely successfully been the leader in rehabilitating the formerly incarcerated. They have no peers in this area. They have just made lives so much better, and it's a miracle what they do. So we started with that. Then we upped it now to $2,000. So we met our goal. We're going to give $2,000 to the nonprofit Homeboy Industries, because that ties into the theme of the book. The novel imagines life in 2062, when half the population of the United States is locked up in prison behind 22 million miles of this impenetrable wall. So it deals with that kind of society that we're in, one in the free zones and then one in the sort of the prison zones. From here, I imagine this really as an 8-part series. So everything that we make is literally going back, in this Kickstarter, everything's going back to printing, shipping, and then anything above it in excess of that is literally going right back into volume 2. And so we're just going to keep putting everything that we make back into creating. In about 3 weeks after Brow is done, and he's going to be done in 3 to 4 weeks, we're off to print, off to ship, and then I sit down with him and we start imagining volume 2, and that's really the goal on the sort of the graphic novel side. From there, you tell me. I think, I'm trying not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I do see a world where there's a video game, a film, maybe a TV series, that sort of thing. but I'm kind of in the mindset of, put one foot in front of another and just kind of build out. I do, a lot of, I think, comic book and graphic novel companies, they only do one edition of the front of, the premiere edition, and then they try to go straight to film and television. And that's not where my head is at. I want to really get into the world and do a deep dive, and then see where the world, see where life takes me from there.
Excellent. Wow. So obviously world building is a big part of this. I see and feel from what you've said and what's on the Kickstarter here. I get the feeling that there is elements of Judge Dredd involved, which is super cool as an inspiration and something that I'm a big fan of as well. What are your your background in terms of, are you a sci-fi fan? And if you are, what are your, inspirations? What's made you, who you are?
I mean, it's funny because I liked a lot of the earlier ones, like kind of like even like Running Man or things like Logan's Run. Those are kind of my big memories of growing up with sci-fi. Obviously, some of the 2001 as you guys were mentioning earlier, Aliens, those are huge sort of things in the background for me. I think in this one it's probably closest to The Hunger Games and Escape from New York with Judge Dredd poured in there. So it does have that. It's sort of a modern day Gladiator because what happens in this series is that the NFL is basically a kind of a joke league, sort of like the Harlem Globetrotters at this point. And the new league that is what pays for this entire prison system is the National Penitentiary League, the NPL.
Oh, wow.
And so what happens is that there are now 32 states, 4 divisions, and each state competes in the grid wars in this very sort of far more violent version of football. Anything goes pretty much. You can carry knives, shanks, blades, all that stuff, and half the players in any given game die, right? So, but the winners are granted the one thing that all prisoners covet, which is liberty. And the winners of the Grid Bowl, the 2 best teams, whoever wins that one, they get to spend the rest of their days with their loved ones out on the island of Kodiak off the coast of Alaska. And what happens in the graphic novel, our protagonist, unfortunately, the South loses in the Grid Bowl, and they are kind of losing a lot of talent. They need a new quarterback who is now called a starback, but they don't have anybody who's got a power arm. So they come to understand that there is someone who is in the old leagues, the NFL, who's got an amazing arm, but he's a free man. So they have him set up for a crime he didn't commit, and he's brought into prison, and his only way out is he's either going to rot in prison or he's going to go and he's going to play in the grid wars.
Wow.
So it's kind of got that, wrong man, set up, that, fighting for his innocence, that sort of thing, that you see, in movies like the Harrison Ford movie, The Fugitive. And I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. So it's got, I'd say, sci-fi, it's got world building, but one thing as a TV writer, it's really all about the characters. And if you don't have characters that people can grab onto and really see themselves in, it's really hard to engage them, even if the world itself is engaging. And that's what I try to do with any of my work, and hopefully that's what I'll deliver in this graphic novel.
Well, it sounds like you're well on your way. I
Thank
just
you.
want to recognize Ralph and Brian and Jesse. Thank you for joining us live here on Interfleet Broadcasting. Our guest tonight is Brian Russo, who is a writer, comes from film and television and digital media as well, and now has his own independent comic book publishing company. And we are discussing the latest Kickstarter that has already met its goal and hopefully will continue. There's another 50 hours left on the clock, everyone, and it's Grid Wars Chapter 1. And hopefully this will be the beginning of a series that, like you said, maybe it'll go other places. It's unknown yet, but Heidi and Heather Dorian, sci-fi award-winning author Dorian Keyes, who is a big supporter, part of our team, is also with us. Thank you for joining.
Cool.
Like I was saying, Jaquette is with us. Janet is with us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in live. We appreciate all of you. And our guest tonight, Brian Russo, creator, is a Hollywood movie and television writer in his own. And he's actually put together this story called that revolves around the Grid Wars. It's a graphic
you got
novel.
it right this time, Pete.
Yeah, no kidding. So so I mean, it's great. This is to see you be able to move into this type of a space. Brian, do you see yourself actually maybe taking on other comic books as well, or graphic novels, or are you just going to stick? Is this an outlet just for what you have in mind, or will you maybe publish other things?
So that's a great question. Yes, at some point, I do want to publish other things, not all written by me. Obviously we're not there just yet. This is the first project, so I'm trying to go deeper in less titles than have a million different titles and don't go deep at all, if that makes any sense.
Yes, of course.
I want to give each project its breadth, and to really explore. I've been, as I mentioned earlier, I've been on this sort of the other end of it, where I go out on assignment and I get a comic book, and then I ask the publisher, like, well, is it like, what else is there? They're like, oh, this is just it. So it's really, they look at that more as like a storyboard for trying to get a film and television deal. And the way I am trying to look at it is from, really building things out so that the whole mythology and methodology is set out, and the film and the television really follows with that. Obviously, there's changes that can get made, but I want to be very, very deep in each title that I have. So the short answer is yes, we're not there yet, but yes, we will get there.
Okay, so Brian, in a perfect world, this story, the Grid Wars would look like a 6-book series, or more or less. What do you kind of envision in that?
I see it as, right now I see it as an 8-book. The graphic novel itself, the graphic novel itself is currently about between 48 and 52 pages. What you'll see in the stretch goals actually is that we've met our initial goal, but as you go on, you'll see, like, at $2,000 more dollars, you'll see other things that get added to the novel. So, or actually, a lot of those are sort of digital prizes, but they really kind of go into things like, at a certain stretch goal, it will be a digital image of the 32 states in the United States. Actually, to tell you the truth, There's 34 states. There's 32 on the mainland, and then there's Alaska and Hawaii that are still there. But a lot of the states have consolidated. And the reason why they consolidate is because they want a bigger talent pool to play in the grid wars. So you have the Oklahomas or the Carolinas, they need to get bigger, right? And so that's where you see a lot of these things. So things like that, weaponry, the positions that play in the grid wars, both offensive and defensive, the plays that are drawn up, for how they actually play the grid wars, a lot of stuff like that, that as we meet certain stretch goals, our wonderful contributors will get. And then after that, it's a question of how far we get into what we put into the publishing realm,
Very, very cool. I also want to take the opportunity, Brian, to recognize a couple more of our fans. April,
Cool.
Sylvester, Sean Shallow from the Battlestar Bulletin Board is with us, and George Zuvalos is in the house. He is a award-winning filmmaker, director, writer, good friend of IFB. Thank you, George, for joining us. We're here with the Grid Wars creator, Brian Russo, who also has not only the Kickstarter, but you've actually started Revenant Studios, and you are a Hollywood writer, WGA. You also have done television as well, and I know that you must be working on other projects as well as the Grid Wars. Are you able to fill us in a little bit on some of the other things that you're working on?
Yeah, so I have a writing partner in television. We interestingly enough do a lot of crime drama stuff together. So his father, the way we got started was his father was probably one of the biggest lawyers for the cartel back in the 70s in Miami. And so our first script that we wrote was about, their relationship, and that kind of got us working together. We just set up a project at A&E Studios. That's another crime drama. It's about a small town that was 80 miles west of Miami. That was a blue-collar, 526 people in this small town. And the way they made their living was fishing the 10,000 islands. I don't know if anybody knows about Florida here, but the 10,000 islands are this gorgeous, pristine area. I think around 85% of all stone crabs come from this one area. And in true story, this town was, this is how they made their living. But when it started under Carter and then it kind of moved on to Reagan, they started to restrict where the town could actually, where they could actually fish on the waters until they finally shut it down. And they gave the town 90 days to find a new way of make a living. And the town did. And they all turned to smuggling drugs for the cartel. So this is sort of based on true events about a town, a small town that actually, they broke bad, and they earned the title the most corrupt town in America.
Wow.
I highly recommend anybody to go check out Everglades City in their off time, and it's a fascinating story. Good people that ended up doing bad things to save themselves and their town, So we just set that up. We're writing a new project right now that's set in Game 7 of the World Series, and we're very excited about that. It's a thriller, another crime thriller, and we're just kind of having a great time with all that. So I guess you could say I have one side of me that's this, and then the other side of me that's just crazy horror, sci-fi, genre obsessed writer, and I'm lucky that I can do both sides.
That is so cool. Well, we appreciate you sharing all of that with us. And there's always another side to, anyone that's involved in the arts. It's not typically just, one-sided and one project at a time, especially since you are in the business. There's always something else going on. But thank you for sharing that. Like I said, your Kickstarter has actually met the initial seek, which you were seeking the 10,000, and you actually have met that. So congratulations on that. You're quickly moving into the other the stretch goals. Hopefully you'll get as the furthest the better, and the best of luck with all
Obviously,
this.
Thank
IFB
you.
is behind you. We would like to have you back when you're ready to announce the next segment of your success. We
Thank you.
are big fans of all of this. You're kind of encapsulating a lot of what we like to follow. That is someone that is a fan of the genre. You've successfully turned that into a profession. You're now moving into publishing and creating this other world, the Grid Wars and Revenant Studios, to publish it and make it come to life, as well as your other professional projects. And so this is how we want our little corner of the world to always be, populated with people that are getting out there and not being shy with the work that they're doing, right? And we have a lot of writers, Brian, a lot of writers that are a part of IFB and that follow us. So we want to, let them know that where there's a will, there's a way, and you got to just keep at it. So
they say, what is it? The only surefire way to fail is to just quit. I think that no matter what you do, if you write, I guess it's something that's in you, and you gotta just keep writing no matter what it is. That doesn't mean you don't have another job or whatever, however you pay the bills, but it really is, if you believe in your work and you believe in what you're doing, you gotta just keep pushing forward in whatever thing you do, because you don't really know when things are going to happen. And to give you an idea, that The Reaping was a script I wrote back in 1991, and I sold it in 2002.
Wow.
So, and it went out, originally didn't sell. I went on with my life, and 10 years later, I got a call. And that was it.
Wow.
And you don't know.
Wow.
You just don't know. You do not know. That's like, I think for writers, they need to just stay in the game, but also just create. Don't worry about one thing and trying to get it so perfect for the rest of your life. I've seen writers work on something for 10, 15 years, one thing. You got to work on a few things because you're going to get better with other things. And I think I'm a better writer now than I was in my earlier life, only because you try things, you fail, you this and that, and then you just you start. If you're open to it, you start learning. And so it really is. I'm glad you have a lot of writers. I'm a huge fan of all things writers. I'm here for anybody that wants to reach out and just hit me up and just kind of talk ideas or whatever. I'm very accessible. I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing.
He's a writer too.
Oh, okay, well that's great. I love it. All right, yeah, bring it on, baby.
He's a nonfiction writer, and the book is big enough to be a doorstop.
All right, yeah, good.
I decided to do to actually take a niche, and I didn't want to skimp on it. I figured that when I wrote a nonfiction history book, and it was either put it all together and have it all in one place. And it might be the only chance I get to really put this out there, or to, to condense it into something that didn't have what I really wanted it to have. So it's a resource. So, that was the way I approached it. But I just wanted to again thank you for taking the time out. Chris Marshall's with us, and let me see. There's a couple of Ryan. Thank you for joining us live here on Interfleet Broadcasting. We're here with Brian Russo, and your Kickstarter is doing very, very well. It's exceeded your expectations, and you're reaching out to get beyond your. I guess there's certain stretch goals. So let's hope that IFB listeners, if you get a chance and you can, please get out there and hit up the Kickstarter here for the Grid Wars Chapter 1, and let's see how far we can get with this. I hope we can help out. Even if it looks like
something that you might be interested in. I mean, just something small of interest in. It first starts out at $5 and get the digital edition. I mean, even if it looks like a story you would like to read, at least grab the $5 piece of it.
Yeah,
that's we have. Thing. I mean that. Yeah, really, it's really about. I'm happy we got to our goal, but it's the first one, so it's about building trust with the readers, right? And so if you guys comment, I really appreciate you guys having me on and having this up there. If anybody is listening, tiers do start at $5, and again, when we meet, continuing on tiers, we donate more and more and more to Homeboy Industries. So I appreciate you guys. This is fantastic, and I'm now a converted listener. I'm glad you guys reached out to me in the beginning. So I'll be the next time. Hopefully, I'm invited. If I'll be able to just be a listener. That would be terrific.
Oh, well, come on whenever you have a new project. We'd love to hear some more.
Absolutely. We're here every Thursday, Brian. So Thursday live, we also have a spin-off that we do every other week, which is IFB exclusive. It's our half-hour branch off as part of our original dream. We're in season 4 now. This is our 4th season. I believe this is episode 34. We've been covering
4 seasons of every Thursday, including Thanksgiving.
Every Thursday. Yeah. So we have including. Yes, we've done a couple of marathons. We have. Stay tuned. We're going to have a few other tremendous guests coming by on your level, of course. The Hollywood level. So thank you so much, Brian, for taking the time out. We wish you the best of luck. This one is to you and the project. So guys, come out there and see. Try to support if you can. So Brian, until the next time.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Take care.
Keep doing what you're doing. Fans feel the fleet.
All right, thank you guys.
Fans feel the fleet.
I'll drink my coffee, but pretend it's beer. So
Kahlua. There's Kahlua in there. It's the California drink. We know that.
It's a California drink. I love it. All right. Well, thank you guys for having me, and you guys are the best. And long live IFB. I'm in. So we'll hope to talk soon.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Wow. So, Tipsy, I mean, pretty cool. I jumped in. I'm interested. It's got that Judge Dredd angle.
One of the pictures in here actually reminded me of this picture. I have to find it. This one. I'll just show. You're going to be on there. This picture right here. You know what this reminds me of? This looks like the colony.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yes, that's right. It does. It does.
Looks a little bit like the colony. And then I love the way he described it as Escape from New York type.
Escape from New York,
post-apocalyptic.
Judge Dredd. The Hunger Games.
This thing's got so many cool things wrapped into it. It's got like a little Judge Dredd. It's got football. It's got It's got a little bit of what's the Schwarzenegger movie? Running Man.
Running Man, Rollerball, right?
Yep,
Where
Rollerball.
the countries, get together, the original, which is, James Caan one. Patsy Donovan, thank you for tuning in. We just finished up with our special guest who was on Brian Russo and Revenant Studios talking about Grid Wars is his latest and greatest, chapter 1.
I love that he dropped some more information about some of the other shows he's working on. With
A&E
and everything else.
Really cool.
That's really cool.
Very, very cool. Yes. So thank you, Brian Russo, for coming on and sharing all that cool stuff with us. And we look forward to having you come back again and, telling us how successful this is going and, continuing on with all the rest. Because this is chapter 1. And he did say that this is a story that could continue
12?
on. 8, I think.
8 or 12. I can't remember.
Yeah. So this, and then possibilities, Chris, of, TV or even maybe a movie. There should be even a novel out of this.
Yeah.
And, I saw the new version of Rollerball, Dorian says. You got to watch the original,
what?
Man. Really cool.
There's a new version? Oh, yeah, there is a new version.
Yeah, there is. No, when you have a chance, my friend, check out, the original one is very cool. Yeah. Worth your time, trust me.
James Caan.
Yeah. Oh God.
What was the? But Dirk Benedict was in something similar, not Rollerball. Yeah, it was. Was a wrestling
anybody
movie?
know?
I think it was.
Bring it up, guys. Cody, thank you for tuning in. We just wrapped up with Brian Russo and the Grid Wars. He's an now indie comic book publisher, Revenant Studios. He is a Hollywood writer. Of films and of course TV, and now he's putting out his first graphic novel. We just had him on the show earlier. We did some Aliens trivia to honor Aliens Day, which was April 26th, which we don't have a broadcast that day, so we did a little Aliens trivia. You can watch that in rerun once we put up the show. You can watch that. Want to make sure that we thank everybody that watches us later on. We have a couple others that just jumped on. Andrew Barba and Charles Fisher, thank you so much for watching us live. We appreciate everybody that's come on. So please continue to support IFB.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
In July, we will be joining the Empire City Garrison in Long Island at their one-day convention in Long Island.
Long Island. I can't say that right correctly.
Well, I appreciate that you're trying.
Long Island.
That's close.
It's not like a Long Island iced tea.
Well, it's important to be able to speak the language where you go.
True.
And it's
a whole different planet there.
Well, since you grew up in Wisconsin,
Wyoming.
Yeah, it's one of the W's, man. It doesn't, unfortunately doesn't matter so much. But when you go into the more civilized territory, you'll see that knowing how to speak is very, very important. And I appreciate you taking the effort to try. I'll get you a speech coach. Don't worry.
We'll work on it, huh?
Chris. We'll work on it. So you guys on Battlestar Saturn for the promotions. And Mike DeBrune, Strong Island. Yes, Mike, you know a lot about that. But James Caan, awesome actor, Rip. That's right, Mike. He was in Alien Nation, the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
James Caan, yep.
One of your favorites.
One of my favorites.
So,
hey, you, something just popped up on the radar from Chris McCauley.
And?
Claudia Christian's Dark Legacy issue 2 is now in previews for comic shop orders.
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, I'm glad that you mentioned that.
Here we go.
Because there it is. I picked up on that last night. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if he wanted us to bring that up, but Dark Legacies and Dracula, The Return, Cult of the White Worm #2, both part of the previews order. So that I've picked up on last night since I did get a chance to go through it very quickly, and that is the May 2004 issue, right? So this is advanced orders through previews. What you do is you can pre-order all of these, and then it hits the shops in August. So if you put in the order now, in August, you will have your copy waiting for you at your local comic book shop. So that is big to do. Thank you, Chris McCauley, for bringing that up. And Martin, thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. Chris McCauley, our very own good friend, major supporter here, and will be back on IFB and exclusive very, very soon with some really, really great news on his franchises. He has various franchises that he's put out, but he's also worked on some of the greatest known science fiction franchises, including Doctor Who and Star Trek and a bunch of others, Star Wars as well. So he's going to be coming back, and he's going to give us a big heads up.
Sounds like your phone's blowing up. It's him.
Yep. All right. So here's the latest scoop. This is from Chris McCauley.
Directly from him.
Doctor.
Dinging as we speak.
That's right. The 7th Doctor comic strip I am writing is being advised by Sophie Aldred Ace and Sylvester McCoy, the 7th Doctor. So that is who he's working with, hand in hand. Not to mention some other great stuff that I will not be able to discuss or mention myself. I'll let him talk about it.
You can tell me, then I can tell everybody.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. But he's got so many great accomplishments.
So you didn't break any rules.
No, correct. There's a lot of great things that Chris is involved in, and I'm not sure where to begin or where to end, or if I should even. So Chris himself will come on, and he will let us know. Man, there is a whole bunch of cool stuff, and let's see, Star Trek Discovery almost wrapped. Yep. Thank God, not a fan of the time travel plot device, but really can't stand the super leap forward in time. That's from Mike DeBrune. Simon Tipper, thank you for joining us. We're wrapping up our show here on Interfleet Broadcasting. That is the consensus, Tipsy, that the Star Trek Discovery was not up to snuff.
At least it's not as bad as The Waste of Time.
Well, you know what? I beg to disagree. I actually didn't mind. You didn't like the slow pace.
Waste of Time was a waste of time.
No, I was not. I don't think it was that bad.
I would watch Star Trek Discovery before I would watch Waste of Time.
Wow, dude. Wow. That is scathing review, man. Yes. Wow. No, Discovery did disappoint a lot of fans. It has ended. It ended this season. This season is the end of it. Strange New Worlds
amazing.
is I think like a breath of fresh air when it comes to, what's there, right? So if you're going to compare Discovery to Strange New Worlds, then Strange New Worlds is that's the hottest commodity. Yeah. Nothing like seeing the classics. I watched a couple of episodes of a little while ago. As a matter of fact, I'll share this for those of you that are fans of the original Highlander.
It's a kind of
this
magic.
Is a tremendous book
and a tremendous soundtrack book as well.
Oh yeah,
one of my
absolutely.
favorite soundtracks.
Oh man. So I'm doing a bit of a study on Highlander itself for one of my film classes, and let's see, Trek in general, according to Chris Marshall. Chuck Murphy's with us. Thank you for tuning in and dropping in.
I gotta reach out to Chris. I'm going to school right now, and I need some 3D assets. I think talk to him.
Oh, I think yes. I think the guys will be able to jump all over that. All right, guys. Well, listen. fans of IFB and Interfleet Broadcasting, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that many of you will be attending Dragon Con this year. The Tipsy Toaster will be there. John One will be there.
Paul will
and
be there.
Many of yes, Paul
We've
will be there.
converted Paul. Paul will always be there now, probably.
Oh, I think so. As well, I believe Professor Patton is going to be there, and many others. So, Miguel, thank you for watching. Justin, thanks for dropping in. We are wrapping up Interfleet Broadcasting, where we talk all about sci-fi, science fiction, and fantasy,
Books
and TV,
and authors,
cartoons,
and
movies, books.
I
comic
did.
books.
You know, it's something we had. I know we're getting ready to wrap, but I wanted to say that I was wrong, Pete, when you said that the graphic novel was Pete told me the graphic novel is the way to a movie. And I always said, Pete, no, graphic novels are not always movies. He said it tonight that's kind of the plan, is you put out a graphic novel, which is almost like a pitch for a movie. So.
Yeah, Tipsy and I had been discussing this
Stranded Warrior, the graphic novel. There we go.
For a while. Dorian will join us. Dorian just said, let me know where the Long Island thing is. I'll try to come and check it out.
Bring
Dorian,
a Long Island iced tea.
Dorian, if you come, let's talk this out. I hope that you can bring some copies of your book with you. Cool. We took Chris Fian at his word. He said he was going to get us a table. So IFB will be doing some live broadcasting. We're going to have a charity raffle. IFB is going to be raffling off a collectible, a Star Wars collectible. And all the money will go to the charity of the day. So
it better not be
Dorian,
the Jar Jar Binks alarm clock that I gave you.
The alarm clock I have next to all the other smashed goods that are no longer necessary, or they're in the recycle bin.
You can't give away that stays by the bed.
Nobody wants
right?
it. Yeah, unfortunately. But it'll become a collectible in 25 years. Everybody will want it to be worth a lot of money.
Especially when they come out with a new Jar Jar Binks movie. So that's in the works,
that's right.
I'm writing it now as we speak.
Yeah, you are. So, all right, Dorian, let's talk offline and we'll get that together. So it'll be really cool. John One, myself, Dorian, hopefully Tipsy, you might be able to come out.
Yep, we have to give it a shot.
Yeah. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We love having you on. Thank you, everybody that jumped in. We had a lot of live listeners, viewers. Thank you so much for supporting IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. And we're looking forward to seeing you at our next show. And Chris, any last words?
No, we just thank you for joining us. It's all about the fans. It's all about the people who create these worlds, and all about the people who are fans of the worlds, and fans of us, and we're fans of them, and we're fans of you. So, as we always say at the end of the show and the beginning of the show, it is the fans that do fuel the fleet. So, here's to you.
Here's to you guys. Take care, everybody. See you next week.
These humanoids are not well constructed. They damage easily.
Control yourself, my friend. You blow a circuit, or I believe you call it a blood vessel.